What's going on, guys? I hope you are doing well. Yes, I am back. I am sorry for taking such a long time in communicating. Yeah, Bitcoin has been pretty boring up until this point. My base case in the last video that I made was we were at a key inflection point essentially. Had identified some you know downward sloping support, downward sloping resistance. As long as we were, able to get back the 0.618 Fibonacci level and to maintain basically 25K. Thanks. If you go to the 4-hour time frame, this area makes a lot of sense as being an important area to hold. 25K was support right here when it hit support. And yeah, we wicked through there pretty much back in mid-August, and yeah, we back tested it once again in 11th of September. And since then, yeah, we broke back up above the 620 Fibonacci level, and since then we have been pumping ever so gradually to the upside. Yeah, we were going sideways here. What's rather interesting is that we broke a pretty important level here. Obviously, it's not necessarily fully respected. Price did break above this level, but this particular line right here, I wouldn't necessarily consider it the focal point of resistance. Now, this is a heavy turbulence area, but now it's even testing the top side. Now this was in my previous videos, so let me go back to the 1 hour. They're more relevant on the 1 hour time frame. But these levels right here, were the basis of key resistances. And yeah, it looks like price is trying to break above it, which would be huge. Now we still have further more to go in terms of resistance. I mean, obviously we had a tap of the 28.1 mark and immediately rejected. We did a BART pattern. We pumped, from this diamond pattern, broke all the way up above to 28.1, immediately pivoted and did a BART, went back and, even broke below the 620 Fibonacci level. But the 4-hour support back here, pretty much in June, held, and it held once again. So this is interesting. Now, I will say we are kind of trading in this range, I would say, between pretty much 25K and maybe even up to 28.7K. So I'm not expecting fireworks, to completely break. I mean, obviously 28.1K is pretty strong resistance. The 0.786 Fibonacci level, if it can get retaken, essentially what I'm looking at is if this can actually get broken and back tested support, I'm expecting continuation to 30K. Now, keep in mind, we do have that upward sloping resistance line from the long-standing ascending broadening wedge pattern. The ascending broadening wedge pattern is essentially these lines here. I'm going to turn them white so you can see them better. All right, so pretty much this particular pattern is still alive and well. Okay, now I've said this repeatedly multiple times in my previous videos, but essentially these usually break back down, probably to the 382 level, maybe even to the 0.236. This zone right here is still a valid area to keep watch. Now, how would this get nullified? I haven't talked about nullifications. Is that even a word? How will this get nullified? Let's just stick with that. How can this pattern get nullified? This bearish pattern can get nullified if we see, I would say, a 4-hour candle close pretty much above this area right here. 4-hour candle close above here, which I would say is the boss, the final boss, which is at 31.6K. If we can see a break above 31.6K, then this descending broadening wedge would have fulfilled its duty. I'm sorry, ascending broadening wedge would have fulfilled its duty, and we actually, underperformed. And patterns do underperform from time to time, but as long as we are creating lower highs and lower lows, we are still in a bearish trend. Obviously, we're getting a nice little relief rally, we're getting a nice bounce, but we're still, I would say, from the top of area here, Yeah, we're still down 14%. Okay, so now I will say this on the 1 hour time frame. It's not necessarily looking good in terms of momentum. I'm giving you the bullish case. You know, if we're able to say hold support, you could argue we have a support line brewing, a supply line, or I'm sorry, a demand line right here, and forming right here. Well, you could say maybe like right here, but yeah, that would be better. Let me elongate it. Go to style. There we go. Maximize. Okay, let me zoom in just so I can get it just right. I don't want to give you false data. Keep in mind this is the BitGet chart. I've been using BitGet predominantly due to its high liquidity volumes and everything like that. But anyway, this is a potential line of support to keep watch. Now, if we lose this line of support, which is gradually ascending here, then that would be a concerning issue, and we could probably come back down to the 25K area. But yeah, I want to show you some concerning things. I will say that this might be a rising wedge pattern, okay? We do have this line of resistance as well, like a very narrow rising wedge, which is ultimately bearish. Yeah, I want to show you something here. So the TSI is already trying to curl down. TSI has already exceeded its max move. Okay, something to be concerned about. Also, the market liberator indicator on the 1 hour has indicated a sell signal. All right, so I'll be honest with you, I have taken profits, but if I do see a bounce right here in this particular area, pretty much around 26.7, 26.8, then I might reconsider a scalp long position. Now, if this support here gets broken, this area, this line that I'm highlighting here, if that gets broken, then we're probably going to come back down into this area, and then you could then maybe even initiate another long, or we might even see a break below 25K. If we break 25K, that's all she wrote. We're pretty much going to fulfill the ascending broadening wedge, but on a shorter term time frame, on an intraday level, we do have this rising um, channel here. But keep in mind, it could be a rising wedge pattern given how narrow it gets as time moves on. So the more narrow, the more bearish. So at this time, I would heed caution. I will say I've already taken profits. We've far exceeded, my initial resistance levels, which is right here at this yellow line. Okay, I'm gonna turn it red again. And also this particular line, I'm gonna turn it white. Okay, this area is a key level that I would expect as resistance, and to be honest, it has been acting as resistance. Now, it does give some leeway, obviously. It's not set in stone, it's not perfect. We did get a wick above, immediately rejected. We got a couple candle closes here, immediately rejected. So in the next few hours, we'll actually get a better consensus on what the bears are thinking or the bulls are thinking. But given what I'm seeing here, looks like it's happening again. Looks like we got a pump to the upside. Bulls were not able to hold support. Obviously, we have 38 minutes to confirm. But yeah, if we break back below, I am expecting prices to kind of maybe bounce around this area. It's going to take some time. I would definitely say within the next day, 2 days, we'll get an answer. But yeah, this was a pretty nice pump. I said in my previous video, like if we were to break below 25K, we're heading lower. If we're able to break above this line right here, we're going to see a nice little pump, which that has been the case. It's been how many days since it was roughly around this area when I started talking about that. So that was basically a week ago. Since then, after that candle break, we're up 6%. Okay, so you know, uh, I I know I sound like I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth when I say, hey, if we cross this level, we're gonna dump. Hey, if we cross this level, we're gonna pump. But trading is a game of probabilities. Investing is a game of probabilities, and you want to be on the side of math. You want to be on the side of Oh wow! I hope you guys don't hear that. That is deafening. Sorry, I'm getting some. Oof, how do I turn this off? So sorry about that. I got an alert just now. Sorry, I have a 7 minute scalping uh 7 minute scalping alerts here. But to be honest, I'm not really trading right now. I'm doing some work here at home. But overall, I just wanted to give you guys an update. We've had some pretty substantial. We had a nice little move last night, and or this morning, and yeah, I just wanted to kind of let you guys know where my mind is at. Keep an eye out for the rising wedge. We are near resistance, intraday resistance, so please heed caution. If this line of support gets held, you could expect a little bit more of a flash pump, but ultimately this is a rising wedge pattern. The probabilities are 60% to the downside, 40% to the upside. So even if this does break to the upside, I do feel like we are going to see some turbulence at 28.3, 28.1, maybe even at 28.7. So even if price were to get up to these levels, I would expect another kind of dump event to come here. But ultimately, upward trends are, a low, high, higher low, higher high. Okay, so we do have this intraday upward trend. How long will it hold? Not too sure. But yeah, I've given you the levels. This is not financial advice. This is more so kind of just an assessment to where I'm coming at. But I just want to say thank you so much for your time. If you like this content, please like, share, and subscribe for more. And yeah, please let me know if you want me to check out any altcoins. I'm a big fan of altcoins. I feel like the market is starting to get a little bit more pro altcoins. So please feel free to ask me anything. Take care and bye bye.